Hello, my name is Debbie Reynolds. They call me the Data Diva. Today I want to talk about data privacy, data retention, and IoT devices. So in 2023, Amazon was fined over $40 million for data retention issues related to their Alexa voice assistant and also their Ring doorbell. So for the Alexa voice assistant, there was an issue in terms of Amazon retaining data of children under 13 whose voices were on these systems, and doing so even after requests by parents, for example, to delete that data. Also, part of this fine was for the Ring doorbell, where the Ring doorbell footage was being shown in unrestricted fashion within the Amazon organization, and the FTC decided that this was a problem because it goes against what the policies that Amazon had put out around how they handle this data. So this is an example of one of the most common problems that companies have when they collect information, and that is being able to get rid of it. So in data privacy, the two big issues in my view have always been data collection and data retention. So the idea is that you want to collect the least amount of data that you can or that is necessary, and definitely you want to retain it for as little amount of time as possible. A lot of the issues around data retention have to do with a lot of technologies that were never made to forget. So a lot of technologies capture data and makes it much harder for them to get rid of data. And also a lot of business processes have not been changed in a way to be able to delete data, especially on a fast basis. So I think this is an issue, if you can see a big company like Amazon having this issue, definitely other companies that are smaller than Amazon are probably struggling with the same thing. But the thing to keep in mind is that when companies, especially are building products, you have to make it part of your process to make sure that you have an end-of-life data strategy. So data has a life cycle, meaning that it may start with a collection, but at some point that data ages out, especially in situations where we're seeing all these laws, especially in the U.S. on the state level, where there are requirements for companies not to keep data forever. And this is something that's very new. And I think that this is something that businesses are really struggling with, because before a lot of these data regulations that come into play, there were no requirements to delete data. So people could keep data forever, do whatever they want to with it, and those days are over. So a lot of companies really need to think about not only their data collection, but what is their strategy when, for example, someone terminates their account, someone decides that they want their data deleted, when the data is no longer having a purpose, a business purpose. So I always say, data that has a low business value has a high privacy or cyber risk. So I think that these rulings are an example for companies to really rethink their end-of-life data strategy around data retention. That's it. Thank you.